A 13-year-old girl is accusing the Prime Minister of crushing her hopes and dreams with new gun laws that have forced her to hand back her prized semi-automatic rifle. That sparked heated debate around the age at which young people are picking up firearms. Shortly, we'll speak to an Olympic shooter who believes kids as young as 6 can be responsible gun users. But first, Maddy Millen-Turner describes in an open letter to Jacinda Ardern how she was reduced to tears when told about the ban on guns like her AR-15 that was given to her as a birthday present. The gunman in the Christchurch mosque attacks that left 51 people dead was armed with several firearms, including an AR-15. Conan Young reports.
This is my rifle.
It's been tested in every theatre of war for the last 50 years.
There are many like it, but this one is
This advertisement from Colt, the makers of the AR-15, promotes the weapon's popularity with the military. The gun has been used in numerous mass killings, including at Sandy Hook Elementary School, where 26 lives were taken, and in Las Vegas, where 58 people were killed. But it's the semi-automatic's use in sport shooting and the fact this is no longer possible that has upset 13-year-old Morrinsville girl Maddy Millen-Turner.
I was very angry and I wanted to let Jacinda know that because everyone was talking about it and saying I'm very angry, I want Jacinda to know, but no one did anything about it.
Maddy Millen-Turner was given her AR-15 on her 13th birthday with the intention that she could use it to compete alongside her father at target shooting events. In New Zealand, anybody, including those under 16, can use a firearm as long as they're being supervised by a person with a firearms licence. This doesn't include pistols or restricted guns, which need a special licence or have to be used under supervision at a licensed gun club. This won't change as part of a raft of changes in a bill currently before Parliament. Maddy's father, Matt Turner, went with his daughter when she handed her AR-15 over to the police at a gun buyback event in Waihi last month. He describes the experience as traumatic.
I said, do you really want to go and do this? And she said, yes, I want to go. It's important that I see what happens. And yeah, as soon as they opened the cases and took it from her, she burst into tears and she was visibly upset. And she had a bit of a cry. I must admit there was a tear in my eye as well. It's not easy when your daughter's upset in front of you.
Matt Turner says the 3 gun events his daughter wanted to compete in that involved using a pistol, a rifle and a shotgun are no longer possible now that semi-automatics have been banned.
After Christchurch, everybody expected there to be some changes, and that would have been absolutely fine. But the changes have gone way, way too far. I mean, people don't realise that it's 100-year-old lever-action 22 rifles that have been banned. People don't realise that it's the Commonwealth Garden everyday shotgun that have been banned.
Council of Licensed Firearms Owners spokesperson Nicole McKee says she spoke to 2 teenage boys at a hunting expo at the weekend who were also upset at having to hand in their AR-15 rifles that they used for rabbit shooting.
Upon handing in their now prohibited firearms at a collection event, they were in turn offered a box of crayons each. These are boys who expressed in their concern to us the fact that they're not indoors playing video games, but they're outdoors with their parents with good discipline.
Nicole McKee says it's a shame young people are being robbed of the chance to compete and hunt with semi-automatics.
The father said, I have said to my boys, these are your firearms that are now regarded as prohibited, and you need to come in to a collection event and hand them in to the police. And this will be your experience, your first real experience, how things that were once legal can become illegal almost overnight.
But Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern says while she heard Maddy's concerns, the government had to draw a line somewhere.
Maddy can still access guns for the purposes of hunting. We, in fact, even took into account the most commonly used guns for the purposes of hunting and duck shooting, for instance, when we put in place and where we drew the line on what would come out of circulation and what would remain.
The proposed new firearms rules, which include a register of firearms owners, have just had their second reading in Parliament. And Matt Turner is planning on making a trip to Wellington to tell MPs face-to-face what he thinks of the tighter gun law changes when they go before a select committee. Kei o te tahi ahau, mō te hōtaka o te ahi, ko Conan Young tēnei.